Good morning, folks. Billy Procida here for BillyBall. Today's show is not going to have much funny stuff. We're just going to get right to business. As I am sitting at my desk here on May 18th, getting ready to open the office. We actually have our first couple of meetings coming in. I am here with my hand sanitizer. I've got my mask. We've got gloves. We've got wipes, and we're taking all the appropriate precautions to social distance. But our company has been working remotely, but in our type of business, working remotely just doesn't work. We finance dozens and dozens of small business, and we own a few ourselves. We did employ thousands of people, but due to the shutdown, all of those people, or a lot of those people, are unable to be working because they're not considered essential. So let me share some things with our federal politicians, our state and our city politicians. So let me get right to it. On our last BillyBall, which was April 15th, which seems like a century ago, I was saying to the federal government, it's nice you're giving out these PPP loans, but you're trying to help small businesses and at the same time you're killing them. It just didn't seem right that a supermarket could have 200 people in it, which, by the way, you could be scared for your life at the beginning because nobody had masks. But they had 200 people in a supermarket, and next door, the salon, which would have had one person getting their hair done, or the barbershop, one person getting their hair done, they weren't even allowed to do that. Even dentists and chiropractors weren't allowed to help people. So what you did was maybe well-intentioned, I don't know, but it really didn't help because you literally are going to have at least, and I think I'm really low on this, over 1 million small businesses either just close or file bankruptcy. And that number will grow depending on what you do in these next few days, and particularly in your seasonal businesses as we come into summer, where they only have 3 months to make money. To be putting clamps on them now is just furthering the demise. And by the way, please keep in mind, I've said it too many times, but what you're doing is permitting Amazon to put just about every small business out of business. So if you care about small business, you better start seriously thinking about that packaging tax, because people that shop at home, I'm sorry, maybe it was necessary during the last 2 months, but if we don't get out and support small business, you can forget about your downtowns, and then you'll really be complaining about your property taxes. One last thing to the federal politicians, or two last things. Stop making this a Republican and Democrat thing. I'm a rabid independent. I hate both parties. I hate the two-party system. I think by now all Americans should be fed up with the concept that you only have two people to vote for. It's the craziest thing in a country as big as ours. You get two people. I don't even get to vote in a primary. But let's stop making this a partisan issue. And the joke used to be on all you Washington people. The joke was a year ago that the deficit's so big our children are going to be paying for it. The joke now is our grandchildren are going to be paying for it, and probably the way you're going, our great-grandchildren are going to be paying for it. So take a pause. There probably will be more stimulus needed, but just take a pause. The damage you folks already did is done. So just let businesses open. To our governors, and particularly in my area, Governor Wolf in Pennsylvania, who is a friend and a great governor, Governor Cuomo, who I knew you as a kid, Governor Murphy, we never met. But small businesses are unique, and we're grown-ups, and we know what we need to do. We know we need our sanitizer. We know we need our gloves. We know we need to wash. We know we need masks. We know we need social safety. But we're not CVS where every store is the same. Every small business has a unique footprint. It has a unique personality. It has a unique customer base. We are adults. We've invested our lives in these small businesses. Just let us open. Remember, if the customers aren't going to come, we can't open. So we have to be sensible about what we're doing. We have to be careful. We have to care for our employees. We know that. We don't need you to tell us that we need to care for our employees. We know we need to care for our customers. And customers and the human race, I get to you at the end because you're the most important part. We, the human race, is the most important part of all of this. But we're going to get to that. But right now, on a statewide basis, I mean, really? You're going to tell me I can go on the beach and for a walk, but I can't sit or bring a towel? You're going to tell me bowling is okay, but going to the chiropractor is not? You're going to tell me that I can go into a CVS with 200 people, but I can't go into a barbershop with one customer? It's so inconsistent. I mean, the craziest thing is the local golf course will not take cash because they're not allowed to take cash because it's a state course. But right across the street at Lowe's, you can go pay cash. Just let small businesses get back on their feet. Stop with all the regulations. Stop micromanaging. We were successful enough to open a business. We were successful enough to stay in business. We'll figure it out with our community, with our employees. Just please get out of the way, and especially when you're talking about the Jersey Shore or Coney Island, these businesses only have 3 months to make money. They employ a lot of kids. I mean, we just gotta get out of the way. Please, the governors, get out of the way. For small and mid-sized cities, you can really help. You mayors and council, you can really help. Get creative. Get with your Chamber of Commerce and just say the words, how can we help? In my little neighborhood, they floated the idea of closing the streets so the restaurants and some of the gift shops and clothing stores could actually do more of a street fair approach. But whatever you do, don't get in their way. Right now, they just got to get open, or you're going to have a vacant downtown. Now, to small business owners, again, I encourage you, go look at my April 15th BillyBall. My slogan was, chance favors the prepared mind, Louis Pasteur, the inventor. Well, I also said chance favors the prepared business. So just to dumb this down, make it simple, I saw a clothing store recently that still had winter clothing because when we shut us down, we were in winter. They still have winter clothing in the window. Now, either that business just gave up or they're going to wait. But if you are going to reopen, get ready to reopen. If you're a clothing store, get some summer clothing in the window. Start communicating with your customer base. Start with your employees. What will make you comfortable to come to work? I want to make it, number one, comfortable for the employees, and then number two, engage your customer base. What will make you comfortable? Every business has a different footprint, but if they open up, going back to my governors and the feds, if you're going to open up churches that are indoor, why can't you have concert venues opened up outdoor? If you can have 200 people in a supermarket, why can't you have 25 in a restaurant that would hold 200? Again, please don't micromanage. You should just simply say, every business can open up responsibly. We all know the guidelines. We're all adults. So back to the small business owners. Team up with your local Chamber of Commerce. Team up with your neighbors. Have an opening plan. Come up with that opening plan with your employees and your customers' input and with the city's input. Also, don't forget, as I preached before the virus, get your profit and loss analysis done. You need to adjust. If you did do it in December, like I suggested, like every business should do, you've got to adjust it for the new reality. You were down for 2 months, maybe 3. You have new opening expenses. You're going to have curtailed traffic. So get ready. Have your numbers ready in case you need to apply for a new loan. Have your business plan ready in case you need to bring in an investor. Get the winter clothes out of the window and the summer clothes in. It's that simple. So, look, truth, there's nothing simple about this. But like anything else, if you have a good plan, you try and try and try, you'll succeed. Okay? We small business owners, we don't get the help from the feds and from Wall Street that the big box and the CVSs get. Okay? We've always fended for ourselves. Now we frankly need to help each other. Now to the last group, the human race, all of us. So look, when this first started, I pointed out, the feds, all they kept talking about was they want us to go back to work. Well, if all I'm going to do is go to work and then hibernate on the weekends, forget about it. I don't want to go to work. Okay, we want to go out and play. Humans love to roar. From the days of the Coliseum, right? We love to get out, high five, and roar. Now, we can't go out and high five just yet, okay? Hopefully we'll see the NFL. More importantly, hopefully we'll see Little League and Pop Warner baseball and football. I was recently informed that we're a sponsor of a team that all of the parents are petitioning they want their kids to play. Well, interesting point. If a whole bunch of parents want their kids to play baseball, why can't they play baseball? If we got to put masks on them, great. I mean, baseball is a socially distant sport, unlike football. But look, at the end of the day, when I was a kid, I played football through the, what do they call it? The Hong Kong flu, which killed 250,000 Americans and 1 million worldwide. I mean, at some point, we got to say, give us liberty or give us death. I mean, we got to get back to being normal. So here's just some things, because social media is a bitch. Everybody, just do what's comfortable for you. If you don't want to go out, don't go out. If you should wear a mask, at least for the time being, particularly if you're in confined quarters, okay? You want to be safe, you want to be respectful of others. But guys, girls, this shaming and these gangster keyboardists. I posted a simple, beautiful thing that a girl I went to grade school posted about growing up in blue-collar Dumont, New Jersey. And all she said was that she loved her childhood. She wants to raise her kids like it was before remote controls and the internet and cell phones. And what's amazing to me is it got thousands of likes and hearts, but 5 people wrote the nastiest, and by the way, long responses, basically lambasting me for posting it and her for writing it, when all she said was she was proud of how she grew up, and she loved the way she grew up. And if people are going to take issue with somebody saying I loved my childhood, I mean, it's getting to the point where you can't say anything without an extreme right or an extreme left saying something so stupid, and what's worse is nasty. I mean, maybe it's because everybody's been cooped up for 60 days, but nasty. Just lay off the keyboard. If you don't like what somebody posts, don't respond. But certainly don't shame somebody who's trying to open up their business to feed their family, trying to open up their business so that they can employ people, trying to open up their business so the ones that want to come can come. Okay? So stop the shaming. Stop being a keyboard gangster. So look, at the end of the day, just let people open. Support where you can. Support the stores where you can and you feel comfortable. Support charities where you can. I mean, don't forget, the charities are dying, okay? And by the way, if you got time on your hands and you feel like you want to go out, there's certainly a lot of food that needs to be delivered to people who've lost their jobs. We have 25 million that are official. And remember, whenever Washington gives you any number, it's usually on the low side. So if they say there's 25 million unemployed, there's really 30 or 35 million unemployed. So urgency is key, though. The longer the restrictions go, the higher the probability of bankruptcies and closures among small business. So folks, the human race, and this probably goes for every place in the world, if all you want is a CVS and a Walgreens and a Lowe's and a supermarket in your neighborhood, if that's all you want, then yes, tell the politicians, you run us, you tell us what to do. But if you want back the community that you love, I hope, that you always wanted to make better, but you loved, it was your community. If you want it back, only people going to do it is the citizens. It's not even the businesses, because the businesses can't do it without the citizens. So I'm looking forward. Today's our first day back in the office. Again, it will be done responsibly. Gloves, masks. I don't even know if any of this makes any sense, but I'm going to follow it. To anybody that's been hurt by this virus, my heart goes out to all of you, but please let's keep in mind that there's 1 million people dying of drug overdoses, which could be prevented, car accidents, which could be prevented, cancer, heart disease, gunshots. I don't need to go through the list. But if you have lost somebody or you were very severely affected by the virus, my heart goes out to you. I'm sure everybody's heart goes out to you. And again, yes, we thank everybody that worked, but not just the people that worked, but the people that volunteered. And don't forget, like we are going to make sure our offices are disinfected and cleaned every night. So don't forget, well, the nurses, and I love you all nurses and doctors, but the people that had to clean up after them, the janitors, probably had the toughest job of all. So let's not forget anybody. But you know what? If all of those people could go to work and work responsibly at those hospitals, we can do it, folks. Let's just be kind, be cool, and be safe. Love you. Peace and love. Peace out.